What is going on, guys? It is Lely260 and this is a video showing you why Konami didn't want to release this demo. Before we get down to that, I just want to quickly show you these new goalkeeping stats. Well, the first page was new, not the last two, because I've got to chuck them in yesterday. But now we're going into why Konami didn't want to release this demo, and I'll give you a bit of my opinion after. But what I want to quickly show you are all these like loose ends. This is all happening in one match, so I'm not just selecting bits out. This is just the flow of one match and how much errors can happen in one match. The reason why Konami didn't probably release this demo, well, didn't want to release this demo, was because in one match you can see a lot of loose ends. That's what I call them, because it's not issues I think can't be fixed. I just think these issues are only there because it's such an early build. But like here you saw there that player just ran past the ball, or it could have been a bad pass, but I think that he actually just ran past the ball. A lot of the times they will actually slow down and wait for it, and not slow down in that stupid way that they do in PES 2013 and actually wait for the ball to go in front of them and then start speeding up. They actually time it right, so they wait and then they kind of drag the ball forward, and it looks wonderful when they actually do it right. And I've got a few clips that I'm going to show you probably in the next video where you'll see these like class moments, and just these moments that take your breath away. But as I was saying, yeah, there's too many loose ends in this, and I think people will get confused on what's like a loose end, basically will be fixed with just a newer code, or what is actually just what they assume is broken and won't be fixed in time. So they just thought too much bad press will probably come their way, and a lot of people will not just give the second demo, well sorry, the full game a try, because that would have been the only demo, because they said there was only going to be one demo this year. Now here's another issue I have. It's more to do with consistency, because I've played the pass button and he's suddenly become under pressure and he just totally ignores what I do. But other times I'll press the pass button, he'll come under pressure and he'll play a pass which is like, you can see it's a pass under pressure and the animation looks nice. And then other times he'll go for the little tussle, and I've already pressed the pass button, but then he'll finish off that little tussle and then he'll go to the ball and sometimes play a pass, and sometimes he won't play a pass after that tussle. So there's a big lack of consistency there, and as long as we all know what's going to happen, whether that pass gets cancelled and then you have to press the pass button again, as long as it was consistent, then I'd be happy with it. Here sometimes you're expecting a pass and sometimes he just carries on walking on, so just a bit of consistency there would be nice. And then another moment you saw earlier where the defender intercepts a pass in his own box and then he sprints on without the ball, and then another defender comes and clears it. To be honest, it doesn't happen that often, and it genuinely does feel like an early code error. Sometimes when you're playing, you just know that would happen in the full game, because that will be polished up on and that will be sharpened up. That's one of those moments, so I'm not really concerned about it yet. But if it's there in the next demo, then I'll start to be a bit more concerned about it and see how bad of an issue it is then. But now I'm going to move on to something which I'm not going to say I don't like it. I don't hate it, let's just say that. These set pieces here, I don't like the idea that they've added dotted lines, and they've actually changed them, how you take them as well. Before you used to do it all with the left analog stick, or if you're a D-pad player, all with the D-pad. But now with set pieces, this is how you take them, apart from penalties. Penalties are different, and I'll talk about that in right after this actually. But now you actually move the aim with the right analog stick, and the left analog stick controls the curl. I'm actually in two minds about this free kick system compared to the last one, because you can put some great deliveries into the box, like you saw with that corner, some right devilish balls whipped in. But the one thing I don't like, and I just want to make this quite clear, is I hate that dotted line. I don't mind it for training because it's a new system and it's in the PES for the first time. So yeah, it's great to have in training mode, but I do not want to see it in matches, because it'll just be like really easy for people that don't really practice free kicks, or it's just something that it used to be a challenge in PES to take free kicks, and to take that challenge away, because that challenge was a pretty fun challenge if you ask me, that would be taking away another bit of fun from the game. That's why I probably don't like that free kick system, to be fair, because it's a system that works. It's actually a good system if you take away that dotted line. But yeah, either way, I'd prefer they did keep it with the old one, because it was more challenging and better players succeeded from harder situations like that. Now it's just going to seem it's a bit too easy. So that's what I think about the free kick system. The penalty system, I might actually just make another video about it, because there's probably a bit more I can talk about rather than the odd sentence or two. I'll actually show you about it, because it's actually a good rewarding penalty system. So the people that practice their penalties will take better penalties, and won't just get saved really easy by someone just guessing the right direction, because now you can probably score some unstoppable penalties. So yeah, I'll probably include penalties in the next system, and I'll do like a little tutorial or just a little demonstration. But now I'm going to move on to my final issue, and it's slightly to do with that there. You've seen how Mandzukic took that touch on the go. That was a great way to take the first touch, but a lot of the times in this game you won't actually see it a lot. You can actually feel it a lot though when you're playing it. When you get the first touch, what happens is it feels like even when the player's not, well, there's no defenders around you, your attacker gets the ball and he's almost fending off a defender who isn't there, so he slows down, he doesn't actually, you know, sprint away. And then sometimes when there's no defender there and he does that, he's, you know, getting away really slowly, but then defenders start to catch up, and as you start to sprint, he starts to realize another defender's coming, so he starts to like defend, like try to fend him off, and then he never really gets going. That's, I don't know what that is, it just seems like, you know, something that needs sharpening up. Like, you've got plenty of space around you, take this touch like, you know, in a perfect way. Well, I wouldn't say perfect, but in a way where you know you've got space, and if you overtake a touch so it goes too far, so be it. But you know, it's better than fending off a player that isn't there and slowing your play down. So that's an issue I seem to have, and that's why sometimes you'll see here, if you double tap sprint on the first touch, he'll knock it on, and I'll try doing that a lot in this video just to experiment, because that's what I'm doing in these videos. I'm not going to play one style and not experiment and not see, you know, how the game, you know, has its limits. You got to play the game in a lot of different ways to see its limits, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. And that's why you'll see videos of me playing in different ways. So some videos I'll be jumping in with a lot of tackles, and that's another thing in this game. I think you get away with way too many fouls in this game, and then when you do get pulled up, sometimes you get treated way too harshly. So that's another kind of issue there. But again, that's just, you know, they need to make tweaks to the referee's decisions and then the referee's harshness. So yeah, all in all, it's not, none of these like bad things actually break the game for me. So that's, you know, saying it's a really early code, it's so enjoyable. After all this, it's such an enjoyable game. So I'm really looking forward to the second demo, and I'm actually going to do like a review video, or I wouldn't say review because I wouldn't want to go like balls deep in this kind of demo as it's such an early build. But in a day or two, when I've spent a bit more time with the game, I'll do a quick summary of it, so you know what I think of my standout points about the game, what are the low moments of this game, and I'll just show you some class moments and some good clips I've got so far. And I'll also keep, you know, fresh content coming as much as I can. So I'll try to, like I say, upload a match a day, and I'll just probably leave somewhere you see some commentary, because the commentary is actually not that bad. It's not exactly great, they do have their moments, but it's actually a lot better than it was before. So that probably leave a match or two, but I won't say anything, I'll just leave the commentary there when I think there's a good commentary video. So that's the end of this video, guys. I do hope you enjoy. If you do, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, remember to subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.